Welcome, everybody. Charlie here at JC3, back with you with my buddy Stu. And we are here to share with you our baseball sales for the week. If you had a chance to look at our overall sales for the week, you may want to dig into some of the individual channels and categories of our sales. And that's what we're doing here today. We are going to isolate in on our baseball sales. We like to split these out into individual channels. If you haven't had a chance, you will be able to see some videos on our football sales, our auto racing, our non-sport sales. But today we are talking about baseball sales. Baseball sales are really heating up. We are about to kick off spring training. Actually, this week we will see spring training kick off full. And February 22nd, I believe, is the first spring training game. So things are really starting to get exciting for baseball again. We're seeing sales heating up a little bit. They've been consistently growing over the last few weeks. So good to see. Baseball is kind of near and dear to my heart. That's where I got started in my early days of collecting. When we opened our store, JC3 Cards and Collectibles, it was really because we had stacks and stacks and stacks of baseball cards from the collections over the years. And we decided it was time to share those with somebody else. So Stu and I got together. You can see Stu right up there. He's always looking over my shoulder. Stu and I decided to share those cards with others and open an eBay store, JC3 Cards and Collectibles. And we started with majority baseball listings. Still, I think to this day, if I were to pull the data, I think the highest percentage of listings we have are going to be in that baseball segment. We try to diversify today, but baseball is still a big market for us. And today, we are going to share with you our baseball sales for the last week. So join us here again. We'll be back in just a second. All right, welcome back. We are here with our baseball sales for the week. We are going to break down what we sold, how much we sold it for, how we listed these cards. What we do here at JC3 Cards and Collectibles YouTube channel is we really try to share information for others that maybe want to start being low-end sellers as well. That's what we do here. We buy cards that are very affordable. We turn around and find people that may be looking for those cards. We like to think of ourselves as our job is to send that card home. Somewhere out there is a proper home for every card, and our job is to try and help find that right home for that card. They don't want to be living in these boxes at card shows. They want to be in a home where they can be appreciated, displayed, fill a spot in a collection. So that's our role here. Me and Stu, we're looking to send these cards home. So as we look at the sales this week, looking at just our sports card sales this week, you can see baseball was a 21% piece of our pie. Easily number 2 position after football, a little bit ahead of auto racing and basketball. It's one of the big 4, right? Big 4 typically being considered football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. These are considered the big 4 over the years because they were on the network television channels that everybody had, and you could see those most often. Today, I would argue that the big 4 is a little more muddy, that you have some other categories coming in and taking over a little territory on that. Sports are so much more accessible on TV these days. But baseball is still one of those foundational big 4 sports out there. So not totally surprised we're seeing a big chunk of our sales come from that baseball market. In addition, as we said in the intro, baseball is about to kick off in earnest. We've got spring training starting up this week with full squads going in. We've got the first spring training game just a couple weeks away. So I would expect to see baseball heating up. It's been spectacularly solid the last few weeks already. People are starting to look at the prospects hitting spring camp and start to invest in them. For me, a lot of my sales recently, though, have been those current players, not so much speculative prospects people are buying, but current players with good success rates. So today we're going to take a quick look at some of the cards we sold here this week at JC3 Cards and Collectibles. Baseball, we talked about 21% of my sports sales this week, but it's also a big chunk of our overall sales. 15% of our overall sales out of our store have come from that baseball channel. So let's take a look at some of these cards. All right, so there you see the baseball cards we sold this week. We've got a collection of 6 cards here on the screen. We like to give you a table showing the listing information, the prices that we were able to sell these for, and then also give you a visual of the cards that sold. We've got a nice little list here. We've got some color in here. We've got some throwback cards. We've got some modern cards. We've got some Prism cards in here. Oh, I gotta retract that statement. Not a Prism, because that is a Topps card. So that's a refractor card. I don't want anybody, getting bent out of shape because I call the Topps card a Prism. That's Panini exclusive, and Topps cards are refractors. So let's dive into these. At the top of the list this week, we've got a 2023 Bowman Platinum Shea Langoliers rookie card from the Oakland A's. You'll see that down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Bowman Platinum, I've said this before and I'll say it again. They're a sneaky play. They're a very affordable set. One of the lowest price points in the Topps offerings every year. The Bowman Platinum brand has a nice look to it. It's got a really modern look, but it's got color in it. You can see that. It's got a little shiny finish to it. It's got a little bit of a refractor type of look into it. Maybe not as much as some others, but they're a really nice looking set. If you're looking for an affordable option out there, Shea Langoliers is a nice rookie catcher for the A's. We were able to make that sale for $2.25 this week. Up next, we've got a 2021 Topps MLB All-Stars Shohei Ohtani in his Los Angeles Angels uni. All I have to say is Ohtani, Ohtani, Ohtani. There is not a bigger name in baseball in terms of card reselling these days. He is such a hot commodity, and at all different levels and price points within the hobby. This one here, top right-hand corner, you see he's in action, running the bases. Fairly common card from the base set. It's that all-star game variation, but it is really the base set. It's not an insert or anything like that. Made the sale for $2.50 on that. He's every week he's in some of our sales. So as long as we can find more offerings to put out there, we're going to keep listing them. Next, we've got a 1991 Mother's Cookies Father and Son, Ken Griffey Jr. So this was a set that really commemorated Ken Griffey Jr. and his father, Ken Griffey Sr., both playing in the major leagues. They actually had a game where they homered in back-to-back at-bats. How cool would that be to play with your father and then back-to-back at-bats, homer in the same game? I just can't imagine how cool that must have felt to both of them. So you can see that. I've got this one blown up a little bit bigger. Pretty unassuming card. It's a young Griffey, bat on his shoulder. Really cool. I came across this one at a card show in a value box. I made this sale for $2. I didn't expect this one to be a big money card. What I did expect, and what proved to be true, is that's a pretty easy turn. So I made a nice little profit on this one. Compensates us for our time of digging that out of a box. Covers all our shipping and eBay fees, and then nice little profit to go on top of that. If I sell 1,000 of these, I'll be doing pretty good. But that's the idea of getting a lot of these really floor sellers, I would call them. $1.99, $2. if you sell enough volume of these, you can make a nice profit for yourself as well. 2023 Topps Series 1 is next on the list. We've got a Silver Pack Mojo Topps 88 commemorative Michael Harris, the second rookie card for the Atlanta Braves. You'll see that in the top left-hand corner here. Nice Mojo finish. It's got those, boy, I don't even know how to describe those. They're kind of arrowheads. If you think of in Word and PowerPoint, if you use those tools, if you want to add an arrow to something, that's kind of how the tip of the arrows look like. And it's spread throughout the whole card. It's a nice silvery finish. It is a refractor. They're informally called Mojo. I don't believe they're called Mojo by Topps, but informally collectors call them the Mojo refractors. I sold that for $8. Michael Harris, I think the verdict is still out. He's been a solid player for the Braves in his rookie season, but he hasn't really been a breakout player, in my opinion. We'll see what year 2 holds for him. And then we have a 2016 Topps First Pitch Johnny Knoxville at a Los Angeles Dodgers game. So I had almost a complete set of these inserts, these first pitch inserts. It included people like Steve Aoki, Bud Selig, Brandy or Monet singer was in that as well. I think we had a President one in that set. Johnny Knoxville is one of my personal favorites. I don't know if about you, but in some of my college years, it was must-see TV watching his show Jackass, and I really, really have grown an appreciation for Johnny Knoxville and what he's accomplished in his career, because he took that of just doing these wild, crazy stunts that me and my college buddies would do when we're, out drinking, made a show out of it, and then got major movie deals out of that as well. But he's always entertaining. Really enjoyed watching him throw out the first pitch in this card. I was able to sell this for $3.75. And then finally, we've got another rookie card, 2022 Topps Stadium Club, Bobby Witt Jr. rookie card of the Kansas City Royals. You'll see this blown up here in the middle section, left-hand middle section. He looks like he's about to field a ground ball there. Shortstop for the Kansas City Royals. Really good player. Couple of things about this card. One, if you watch me regularly, you know that Stadium Club, Topps Stadium Club is one of my favorite sets. I love the full bleed photography where there's no border. The image goes right to the edge. But the other thing that stands out with this card is rookie cards are always going to have a prominent place in card sales. Bobby Witt Jr., I would say, is a guy that came up with a lot of fanfare. He's been really good, but there's been some other rookies in his rookie class as well that have been very good, and he's had to share the spotlight. And I think it's limited his ceiling a little bit as far as his card prices. Another guy, I think, so he was a rookie in 2022, had a solid year last year. Another year that I think could take a step level into superstardom yet. So if you've got those Bobby Witt Jr. rookie cards in your collection, I would say hold on to them. If you are looking to sell some of those, if you do what I do and you're in those value boxes and you're finding them, I think they're still a good play. Pick them up, take them home, list them out there. There's a market for them, because I think the upside is still very high for Bobby Witt Jr. And that's not to say he hasn't delivered. I think he certainly has. I think he's just had a lot of competition, which has kept his ceiling a little lower than we would have liked to have seen. But in the end, lots of opportunity with Bobby Witt Jr. and that whole draft class. To be honest, I think there's more to come in that whole draft class. So those are our baseball sellers for this past week. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a like if you like what you see there. If it's your first time here and you're liking this content, hit that sub button. Let me know that you want to see some more. Hope you liked the format this week. We broke it down instead of 1 hour and a half long video. I'm breaking this down this week into specific segments for each sport. That way, if you just have time for a quick hitter, it's a little easy to go through. So until next time, it's me and the Stewmeister saying